4-ish, maybe years ago. 3 to 5, I can't remember exactly. Well, Brian did most of like the like artwork and initial idea. And then I kind of like, it kind of gave me like the initial idea, like when we were first discussing it and stuff. And then the intricacies, I guess, like the details of the gameplay, they just kind of came together as I was prototyping the game. Brian kind of came up with the idea, so it was like, you have events, and then you can kind of like click through to see the text in the event, and then I don't know if at that early in development, like, I guess we did plan for it to have like, branching choices, right?
Yeah.
So then it was just kind of like prototyping it at the beginning, and then later changing it up to fit more with the idea. It's just kind of everything kind of just fell into.
Yeah, you came up with the battle system all on your own.
Yeah,
because I remember I had no idea how that aspect of it was going to work until the first incarnation of the game was completed. Because I didn't even understand it whenever I first started playing.
Yeah, originally, it wasn't the original idea going to be kind of like the original Dark Tower, where it was just like mostly random
just
rolls.
Completely random, yeah.
Yeah, and then I just kind of like threw it in there, I guess, like, I was like whenever I was putting it together, it was like, just experimenting with like, oh, what if you can like choose different attacks or something from like a deck,
right?
And then that kind of inspired like, oh, okay, well, if you have a deck, can you like get new cards in your deck for better attacks and stuff, which led to the Bazaar. And then later on, like, it was actually much later into the game's development, at least relatively speaking, later, that we kind of came up with the idea of like, or we were discussing, like, I'm pretty sure, what if there was a way to like target your opponents or whatever?
Yeah.
So that kind of led to like the Wizard Tower.
Wizard Tower.
There was a lot of times, like, when programming the game, for example, that, like, there was a lot of major bugs and difficulties that were difficult to work out, like,
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And the fact that you were doing it after school, and I was doing it after work, I mean, we worked around the clock for a year, easily, every day, 5 days a week. Vulgord is an evil wizard that went mad to the point where he turned himself into a dragon because he was so mad. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a few lore cards around the game that you can get, and they kind of explain some of the extra stuff, like how the 4 realms became how they are now.
Right.
It was kind of like everything was kind of like distorted by Vulgord or whatever.
At its core, it's really archetypal in nature. There's a crazy person, a bad person, and then you go on this journey to make yourself, to defeat the evil wizard, or to defeat the nemesis.
The game will be available on Steam in June, and you can follow us on our Kickstarter, website, or social media.
It's harder when it's in that format, right? It was easier when you were playing the game, right?
It's easier in a less formal context.
Well, said I think it works better when.
Yeah, maybe just on screen.
Oh, you should have had it there the whole time.
Ah.
Can you see it?
It's a little far forward. Bring it back. What would you like to say about the Wizard Tower? Or did you just want us to see it?
Well, no. This will be available on our Kickstarter.
That's right, it will.
So.
But so will many other things that you don't have.
Yeah, I feel like we don't. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Well, there's shirts and the CD.
Yeah,
I
I
have
feel.
that too.
What is the point of this?
God.
What is going on?
Vulgord.
Oh, I mean, I guess I could be Vulgord.
Yeah.
Like before he turned into a dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I based the whole game off of myself.
Oh my god.